Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to actually be a flawless foundation routine. This is how I get my awesomely flawless base. Obviously I have all this other makeup on, but I'm just going to show you how I got this very nice full coverage base on my face. Base on my face, base on my face, base on my face, base on my face. I'm sorry. This is great for a night out or, anytime. If you just want to know how to get a full coverage look, cover up any acne like I have, or acne spots, like past breakout spots that just won't go away, but they're not breakouts anymore. You know what I'm saying? Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. That would be greatly appreciated. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked this video, and give me suggestions for new videos down below in the comments. Thank you so much, and let's get started with the tutorial of this flawless base. To achieve a flawless base, the first thing you need is a primer. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. It's just this little tube here. It's going to really blur out your pores right here, which a lot of people, like to do. I use a mattifying primer a lot of the time as well. So kind of just whatever primer you would want to use, smooth out your pores, moisturize if you have dry skin, mattify, that kind of thing. So find a primer that you like. All right, next, as you can see, I do have acne and a lot of spots from past acne. So to cover that up, since it's a little bit red, but it's mostly darkness, I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is a great concealer, nice coverage, everything. And I'm just going to put this over the areas that I have like darkness or some redness. I find that concealing before I do my foundation really helps make it look full coverage without caking up just the foundation. Alright, so I like to use a dampened sponge. This is the Real Techniques, I think it's called Miracle Complexion Sponge. And then I just dot it up and down. You do not want to do sweepy motions because that will move the product from the area that you placed it, and you want it where you placed it. So just go up and down with this. It will blend out, I promise you. And see how nice coverage this concealer has. I really like this concealer for this purpose. I might get one closer to my skin tone because it's really great coverage. This is something I would do on a night out or a really special occasion. I do not do these steps every single day. If you want to look super flawless and fabulous and full coverage every single day, go right ahead. That just really evened out my skin tone already. So we're going into the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I do have more oily skin, especially in the summertime, so that's why I love this foundation. If you don't like this foundation, find one that's medium to full coverage that fits your skin type. The reason I put the concealer down to begin with, even though this is a medium to full coverage foundation, is because there is darkness, and darkness is hard to cover up without concealer or something underneath it. All I'm doing is blending it in like usual. You guys have probably seen me do this, or other people do this a lot. You just pounce it throughout your skin and it just blends. And I always go down my neck a little bit as well. I do have a little bit left on my hand, and I don't know, there's a little bit showing through on my cheeks, so I always like to add just a little bit more. Even though we do have that concealer down, it's very stubborn to cover up. I'm just showing you guys the most flawless base that I think you can get right now, at least. So that is like the foundation part of it, but I'm going to show you guys how I finish off kind of like the base of my makeup before I put on bronzers, contour, blush, highlight, like all that stuff. So I'm just going to go through my whole face routine. If I'm going out or whatever and I have some dark circles right here, which right now I don't have too bad of them, but I'm still going to do it for this purpose. So I take this orange concealer type thing. It is called the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. And I just put a little bit on my finger and dot it underneath my eye in the place that I have the darkness. You don't want to put it anywhere without the darkness because then the orange will show. I get mine in light, and that is the best shade in my opinion if you have fair skin, because it's not going to be like straight orange. If you do straight orange, it's hard to cover up even with a more full coverage concealer. For like under eye concealer today, I'm going to be using the Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. You could probably use this to cover up your blemishes. I don't know why I didn't, let's be honest. But I'm just sweeping that underneath my eyes. I'm also going to take it down my nose, my Cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. The reasons I do this is to highlight my face. I do it to highlight my under eyes, first of all, because if you take your concealer in a triangle motion, it's going to really lift the face and not show the bags underneath your eyes. The reason I put it on other areas of my face is to bring those forward as well. So you want like kind of the center of your face to be brought forward. So your face, one, appears slimmer, and you get some dimension to your face as well. If only my under eyes were brought forward, like highlighted, it would look kind of funky, because why would the light only hit under my eyes? It's going to hit my chin, it's going to hit my nose and my forehead, Cupid's bow, all those places. You want to think about the light is going to hit. But the next step, always, even if you don't set the rest of your face, set your concealer. That is really going to help with creasing and not having things slide around. I recommend setting all of your base, but if you don't set the rest of your face because you're dry or whatever, that's fine. But definitely set your under eyes, because that is the most important thing when, like, to prevent creasing your under eyes. I always go back with my sponge and I work at one eye at a time. So I go back with my sponge, pat everything out. I go both directions. So 1, 2, 1, 2, back and forth, because that's going to prevent creasing as well. Okay, so I'm going to take the Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dulce de Leche and take this light shade here. This is going to be a great highlight under the eyes, and it's a very finely milled powder, so it's going to really, it's not going to accentuate your pores. It's going to make you look more airbrush. So again, I was just patting it away. Then I'm taking my M438 and I'm just patting the product under my eye. You could use that powder all in your T-zone, but I personally like to use the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. You can find this at Walmart, and I have seen it in Walgreens as well. Then I'm going to take my sponge directly, take my powder, dip it in my powder. Then I'm going to set all the places we put concealer with the sponge. Make sure your sponge is damp, because otherwise it's going to look chalky and not as put together. I'm going to set, kind of more under here, because we only set really by the eye. And this is a lot of powders. I know you could set your whole face with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder if you wanted, but I'm a little high maintenance, and this is how I get my flawless covered skin. You know what I'm saying? So then next, I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal True Match powder in W4. Find your shade and then go from there. So I use this because when I use the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, sometimes like right after it looks a little white casty, so it might change the shade from my neck to my face. So I personally like to go in with a colored powder, and this will help you get a little bit more coverage on your cheeks if it's not all covered up, which it should be by now, But if it's not, it'll just kind of get a little bit more coverage. So all I do is pat it on there with my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. The reason I set my entire face is because this is going to help your makeup last all day long. You don't want your makeup moving, sliding, doing anything weird, because then it's going to really look like makeup if it's sliding around, I think that's it. So that is it for all of my base makeup. As you can see, it's very covered up. You might be able to see a little bit poking through right here, but honestly, what can you do? I think it looks great, and I really like it. If you didn't have as much darkness or acne scars or whatever, then this would be a great full coverage look for you, and it would be great for a night out. And I still really like it for a night out because you can hardly see anything. At this point, I would move on and put on bronzer, blush, highlight, my eye makeup, my brows, everything like that, my lipstick, and then I would go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. This is just going to help lock everything in and make those powders melt into your skin so they don't look so powdery on top of the skin. All I do is spray. I'm not going to show you guys right now because I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. But I just go here and I spray probably 5, 6, maybe 10 sprays because I'm a little excessive. You probably only need like 4 or 5. And I just spray it all over my face. Wait a second. Don't move too much because if you smile or do whatever, it can like crease right there. So I just kind of sit there, fan myself until it dries, and then you are good to go. All right, guys, now I have my makeup on, and it's all done. Obviously, this look is very dramatic, and this eye look will be up on my channel soon if it's not already up on my channel. So I filmed all of this. I filmed my hair, my eyes, obviously the base makeup. So all of it is filmed for you guys, so anything on here will be coming to you very shortly. So stay tuned, subscribe so you can get notified for the eye look and the hair look if you're interested. That would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this flawless foundation routine. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.